The loyal crowds anticipated another exciting season in 1948. Carl Swigert, on the left, joined the staff as the new assistant announcer. Midwestern champion Johnny Shackelford crashed through the fence. He survived this one, only to be killed later in the season at Dayton, Ohio. After breaking the track record by a full second, Ted Horn won the first 2 races of the season. Tommy Hintershitz won the June 6th race. Returning with a vengeance, Ted Horn captured the next 2 events. His last feature win at the Grove would be July 11th. Harry Johnson was the assistant flagger at the Grove. The United Racing Club was founded through Harry's efforts. Drivers who failed to qualify for the main feature were given a chance to compete under the URC banner. August 6th was the first URC-sanctioned race at Wms Grove. The winner was Lebanon's Lucky Lux. Ted Horn congratulates a victorious Tommy Hintershitz on September 12th. Tommy was the only driver to defeat Ted at the Grove in 1948. Ted Horn was in the heyday of an illustrious career. During the 1946, 47, and 48 seasons, he captured both the AAA Big Car Championship of the East and the AAA National Championship. In fact, in 1948, Ted won every big car event he entered, except for his defeat by Tommy Hintershitz at the Grove. His friendliness and incredible skill endeared him to the fans and earned him the respect of fellow competitors. On October 10th, 1948, Bill Holland won the feature at the Grove. The day would turn out to be a sad one. Ted Horn was racing at DuQuoin, Illinois that afternoon when his left front spindle on the Champ car broke. Ted's car was catapulted first into the railing and then into another car. The accident claimed his life. All were devastated by the loss of this talented and personable champion. A memorial race was held in Ted's honor on October 24th at Wms Grove. The band led this somber ceremony. Delaware's Tommy Matson in the deuce added this victory to his credits. The town of Dillsburg lies a few miles south of Wms Grove Speedway. It's here at Mike's Auto Supply that a bit of Ted Horn's racing heritage has been preserved. Let's take a look inside. Displayed inside Mike's Auto Supply is a collection of the late Ted Horn's trophies. The awards include the 1948 Mineola Fairgrounds, the 47 National Championship race at Springfield, Illinois, the 47 Arlington Downs preliminary event, and the 47 Arlington Downs National AAA Championship. Here's Ted, pictured with the trophies. How did these trophies come to be housed at Mike's Auto Supply? Owners Mike and Betsy Gadara say they were passed down from Betsy's grandfather, the late Roy E. Richwine. Ted Horn's sprint car would be taken over by great midget champion Bill Schindler during the 49 season. Bill took the car to several wins, though none were at the Grove. Owner-driver Tommy Hintershitz won the season opener. A young Troy Ruttman showed immediate promise, winning on his very first visit to the Grove and again later in the season. Troy hailed from California. Johnny Mance, walking away on the right, was another Californian who came east, attracted by Roy Richwine's generous purses. Speedway All-Star Midget races were held midweek, and Paul Henshaw of Carlisle, PA enjoyed success July 21st. Al Duras claimed the next victory. Stock cars were infrequent visitors to the Grove in 1949. Pennsylvania's Tom Coates is the proud winner in the Joe Wolf Special.
Hello everybody, my name's Carl Swigert and I'm speaking to you from the site, one of the most historic sites in the history of Eastern automobile racing, Wms Grove Speedway. I spent 13 years here in the employ of Roy Richwine Sr., doing a lot of PR work as well as a public announcing system. And some of the fondest memories that I harbor in my career of following the sport of automobile racing transpired right here at Wms Grove Speedway. Well, one that I would like to share with you if we have an ample amount of time was the experience I had with the late great Rex Mays, two-time national driving champion, two-time West Coast champion, two-time Middle West AAA driving champion, which occurred here in 1949 when we conducted our first championship race featuring the upright, lightweight Indianapolis cars. Rex was among many of the luminaries that appeared here. And it just so happened that my calling card that day goes back to 3 years prior to that time, the year 1946, when I initially met Rex personally at Langhorne Speedway. And it was through that simple association of the minds, a gentleman whose personality made me feel as if I was somebody, and really I'm nobody. But it all boils down to the fact that Rex took the time to talk to me and to encourage me in my avocation, and as a reflection of the esteem and the goodwill that he had toward me, he shared an 8x10 photograph from his personal collection.
Here's Rex Mays in 1949 at the first Champ Car event held at Wms Grove. 49 Indy winner Bill Holland watches as owner Milt Marion works on the car. AAA Secretary Jim Lamb looks on with Roy Richwine. Other competitors included Tommy Hintershitz in the Bose Seal Fast Special, Lee Wallard, pole sitter Dwayne Carter from California, and local favorite Buster Warkey. This was the first ever IndyCar race on a half-mile. With some drivers objecting to competing on a smaller track, it was run as a non-point race. The winner was Johnny Mance. Yes, at this time there was even an airport off the backstretch of the Grove. Rex Mays and Joey Chitwood often flew in for the Grove's events. Here's Lee Wallard and Ted Nyquist in 1949 holding a very special visitor to the track. Ted Horn's daughter, Gayleen, had been born 4 months after her father's death. We recently spoke with Gayleen at the Wms Grove Speedway. Gay, what comes to mind when you think now of your father?
Well, as you know, I never really had the chance to really know my father, but when I think of him, I automatically think of Wms Grove racetrack, because that's the very earliest memory I can have connected with his racing. Other than that, it's just images that people have painted for me. They've told me he was a people person. He loved people. He loved to be involved with people. And he had a very good sense of humor. He liked playing practical jokes. Even as a small boy, he and his brother would play practical jokes. He was a very nice person to know. People liked him.
How did your father's racing career affect your life today?
Well, racing is definitely a part of my life and always has been. Again, I started here at Wms Grove track, coming every year as my very first memories ever. I can remember sitting at home playing with his trophies that were at home. I can remember playing with a little toy car. It was a little red wind-up, Ted Horn Special. Since I've moved to New York State, I've become involved in Watkins Glen racetrack. I started there in '75 working in timing and scoring. They still had the Formula One there. Now they have NASCAR. And just last year, I started working out at Indianapolis. I started with the rookie time trials last year and this year. And hopefully I'll work in to actually get to work the Indy.
Gayleen and her oldest son, Brian, display the permanent Ted Horn Memorial Trophy. The honor of the first official Ted Horn Memorial in 1949 was claimed by Johnny Mance. The racing fraternity would lose yet another of its finest champions at the end of the '49 season. Just a year after Ted Horn's death, Rex Mays would be involved in a fatal racing accident at Del Mar, California.